Leaguegaming Trophies Finals in Washington. They're gonna bury here to go on to face who?
Delusions, Composure. It's playoff implications. It is gearing up here. It is week 8, and this is the last featured matchup of the regular season. Who will be the top 32 teams to go on to the playoffs for a shot at $20,000? It is the Caps Gaming Showcase live here on twitch.tv/Capitals. It may be a blizzard wherever you are. It is absolutely freezing down here in Tampa, at least for Florida standards. Had to put some blankets on my faucets outside, unheard of. But nevertheless, things are heating up right here inside the buildings, at least virtually. My name is Nick DeMeo, aka F5 Penguin, joined alongside Tegan Blair. It's Limer. Good to have you back here, my friend. Week 8 is upon us, and I'm ready.
Yeah, it's the final week, and we are ready for playoffs. All implications in this one, as it is going to be an absolute blast. Big names on either side. This one can go either way, Nick, and I'm excited to dive into it tonight.
We have power rankings, stats, comparisons, and we're going to be bringing you real-time, up-to-date feeds as the playoffs round out. But we thought it would be interesting to change the focus a little bit. Go back a little bit into time. If you played the machines, the dream machine that is there, all the way back to the Pro Series, courtesy of Nuge, we have two teams that have pretty much chiseled their names with an abacus and a hieroglyphic on the wall for what esports was way back when. They are here now, mere 10 years later, still doing what they do. This should be a fun matchup just for that alone. And these teams not in a bad standing either.
No, neither side in history to boot, you know, and there's just nothing better than a matchup that can decide playoffs and with history in the back end, Nick, and it is just going to be top notch.
Yeah, Delusions and Composure. These are names I've called a bajillion times before. I think we've done that many times, but man, people I know on both sides of the ice, I've had grilled cheese with Nuge. So like, these are people I know for way back when. I'm excited for this one, and I know you guys are too. Lime, I mean, we got a good one here. 2 5-2 teams. This should be a fun little matchup for week 8, while we also give people updates on the rest of the playoff bracket, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep our eye around, as there is more than just these two teams with playoff implications at stake. As I introduce to you, Brandon Bigsby, also known as bMaJuH, and Brandon, playoffs all around, my friend.
Yeah, playoffs all around. It is that time of the season, Lyman. Man, oh man. Obviously, every series, every week important. You love calling these games, but there's just something different about that playoff push. Teams scratching and clawing to extend their respective seasons. Obviously, the two teams we're going to see tonight in and clinch don't have too much to worry about if you're them, but obviously still want to improve yourselves in that seeing. Some of our other teams on the other end, they might not be playing next week if they do not win right here tonight. So much on the line, and Nick alluded to earlier, you want to give yourself a chance at that big cash prize where you got to get past the regular season and clinch your spot in the big show if you want to be able to have a chance to do that.
Yeah, as we take a look at the power rankings to see where everybody resides, as you're exactly right. Some people are not going to be playing later on, but these top 10 will for sure, Brandon.
Yeah, and a lot of your usual suspects, as you would see. Scary Hours, the lone undefeated remaining on either of our sides of the tournament at that number 1 spot. And then the rest, pretty much your usuals. Like we said, Instinct, the runner-up last year at number 2, Prodigy at 3, Olympia, last season's champions at number 4, and then the newly branded Isles GT, formerly Entourage, at 5. And then if you look down that list, our two teams we will be seeing tonight in Delusions at Composure, 6 and 7, respectively. So we know these names. We knew these teams would be contenders. They have proved that to be such so far.
Yeah, they have. As number 9, I got to give a shout out to Hidden Potential, recently signing with Anaheim Ducks Gaming as well on the list. So a bunch of amazing teams as we move on here into it. Sorry? As we move on to the playoff picture. And Brandon, still only one 7-0 team there in Scary Hours, but look at all those amazing teams there on the whole board, if you will, and some very, very aggressive teams there at 24, 23, and 22 that are going to have to win out basically all the way to 17.
Yeah, obviously you figure that top 10 that we showed earlier, they are all through. If you're 5-2 and up, you do not have to worry really at all about the results of today. You would assume that those teams would be able to get in. Obviously, we have seen crazier things happen, but you would assume that in all likelihood, all of those teams 5-2 or better should be in the show at the very least. But some of those teams on the right side of that board from 17 on down, that's where getting this win tonight becomes a little bit more important, because there is an absolute logjam of 4-3 and 3-4 teams that all are just a few losses or a few goals against between one another. Those are the two tiebreakers: overall losses and goals allowed. So those are two of the big numbers that you see with those teams that have the same record. So even if you are 4-3, if you are in those 20s, you might be in right now, but you are not safe. We saw that last week with a few teams that were in the top 25 or so. They are not in this picture right now. So pivotal for these teams on the board, especially on the right side, to make sure they can get wins tonight to clinch their spot, to not have to worry on any outside results to get their spot in.
And like Nick said last week, you don't want to leave your hands in the fate of maybe a tiebreaker. Is 5-3, maybe 4-4, I don't know. Let's take a look at the teams that are on the bubble, and they're really gonna have to push here, Brendan.
Yeah, and this is the big one right here. Obviously, some of those teams that we saw in our last little graphic there, they are in for the most part. Those 5-2, 6-1 teams, they should be in, but this is where you really get down to that, oh, I don't know. Every single team right here has to win to get in. If you take a loss, your chances significantly decrease for your chances to get in, especially if you're on that left side on the bubble. Some of these teams also playing each other as well, so inevitably some of these teams are gonna fall off, and some of those teams in the middle and even on the right could sneak their way in.
Well, we have Delusions against Composure tonight, and these are some tight stats here, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, you see it on your screen. Two teams that can score, keep the puck out of their own end, and they can also control the time on attack. You see that average time on attack for Composure compared to Delusions, and the time on attack difference as well. The interesting thing, too, with Delusions is that as good as they are offensively, they've been one of the best teams this season defensively. They average 732 average time on attack. That's second in the league, while Composure 11th in the league, 648. Both of them also in the top 5 in time on attack difference. So they are absolutely dominant when it comes to possession. We'll see how these two match up against each other. Two top 10 teams.
Jumping right into the action. Brandon, thank you for that. As we continue on with the Week 8 matchups tonight, Composure, Delusions. Here, as we are excited to bring you this action. Face-off is upon us, and we are here. So you know the teams very well. We'll give you some touches on them if you're not too familiar with them, as we have Delusions, we have Composure, and we have a stream here. Offside, 17-14, so not too far gone into the first period here. As we take a look at our teams in black going north on your screen. Face-off one, back to Taylor. And that is going to be one back, slap shot in. That hits the glass behind them. And Chris will take it around the back of the net. Back down low. McLovin looking to clear, can't do it. Off to the corner now. Back end around. And out now for Mark. Mark up, try to get that one through. Nuge. Haven't had that name called by my mouth for some time now. Slap shot comes in, good tip in, can't get it on net though. Nuge holds it in the zone, try to kick it behind him. That's out for Keeks. Keeks up now, Mark, trying to slide step somebody, got through, put a shot on. Saved by the one and only. McLovin, gonna center that pass, he'll do it to himself. Center point kept in the zone. Good move by Taylor to pick that up from the right side. And leave it back out, trying to get it back to McLovin, can't get there, Lyman.
Yeah, that was a good job by McLovin to kind of get a give and go going with Taylor, but not able to get that pass back to the point.
Play continues here, halfway gone so far as we go offside. So quick little start, lots of time gone so far, not a lot of shots.
And neither team really got their footing under them yet, I don't think, Nick. These both teams are very aggressive. We'll look to get them on the offense here.
As we go offside again, so now the team's just trying to force the issue a bit and try to break through this blue line trap.
As we get a face-off here in the neutral zone, both teams looking to just get that first shot, maybe some movement around a cycle. As here comes almost chance there, Nick.
Got a room here. Tendy with a shot there, trying to put one on. One and only able to stave that one away. Another lifted a chance there by Nealer. And that's wrapped around. There's a second effort by Tendy. And the one and only watches both of them fall into his pads. And we get a whistle.
A couple of great saves there by the one and only. Composure starting to get some rhythm here as they face off aggressively.
Aggressive face-off. Nice tactic for them. Didn't work. Nealer has that instead. So move it along. OFS, the 1v1, some would say GOAT. Maybe second to, I don't know, Regs and Josh Fearless in terms of hockey 1v1 rankings as Chris puts that offside. So you got a lot of players here with a lot of experience, not only in 6v6, but also in 1s and 3s, and that might bode well for either side here, maybe for Composure moreover.
Yeah, I know a lot of these guys from way back as well. Nuge, obviously, Nealer, been in this for a long time. McLovin and Keeks, a couple names I know from a long time ago. So, you know, a lot of experience on the ice here, Nick.
Try to keep that one in. This could be turned around for a 2-on-0 breakaway. Chris trying to pick that up in the stride. Good poke check from the right side by Taylor. Tendy will move it along. McLovin through the middle. Nealer's going to just round that one out slowly for Nuge, but that's going to be intercepted by Taylor back in the zone. Good stick and poke by Fritz to keep that one away. Backhand chance that was looking for Chris to put that one on. And that's the wall making the save there for Team Composure. Nuge will slow things down from the corner. He'll have that thing stolen, though, by McLovin. Right point, now to the left. Mark looking for a lane, found one, shot in, got tipped. No goal, no chance on net. That one was pushed aside by the defense there. Got in the way from that lane. McLovin looking for a backhand attempt. Can't get there, leaves it off to Mark. Left circle. He'll circle from the circle. Lots of circle words. It's alliteration in threes here. He tries to jam that one in. Can't do it. Taylor with a shot. That's blocked. Pulled out of the zone by Fritz. Fritz over center. Going to leave that one over for his teammate in Nealer. Sorry, that's HK. Rather that. Scratch that. Those colors look the same to this guy, and I'm not night blind or color blind as that one gets tipped by Nuge from the right point, but the wall able to step on it.
Yeah, great save by the wall for Composure, and an awesome name for this team. As you see it there, they pass it around the offensive zone, keeping themselves very composed and getting themselves a good scoring chance.
Best of 3 series here with under a minute to go in the first period. Good lead pass, taking the penalty. This might be, no, not a penalty shot. I thought it was going to be there, Tegan.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. As you see him, it looked like he was through to me, but maybe they'll take the power play anyways, as their percentage is pretty good at 31.5. 19
out of 104 teams in the Caps Gaming Showcase as Delusions goes on the PK for the first time tonight. 91% on the power penalty kill. Near perfect. Final 10 seconds upon us here, real time to conclude the first period. Looking for a lane. Here comes Mark. Now over to Keeks. Keeks will have that stolen and stripped by Chris, and he's kind of going to keep that one in. Finally flipped out, and that's going to do it. So a couple of shots, some fast action, some time off the clock. A quick start to week number 8 here in the North American division of the Caps Gaming Showcase, and we're scoreless at the end of 1.
Scoreless at the end of 1, Brandon, and it's been a great period here for Delusions, getting the offense going, and as well for Composure.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that you kind of expected from both of these two teams, right? Obviously, we know how good they are, but it's not just that they are able to play such a great style in the games that they play, but they always are able to put it on no matter who they are up against. The top teams are able to continue to play their best game when they are up against equal or better talent. Obviously, Composure and Delusions, two teams that many expect to be championship contenders come playoffs. They have shown their game so far in this first period. Do not be shocked if we see a really tight game here, as it really seems like they both had some really good opportunities and momentum. It'll be fun to watch who's going to be the first to break this game open.
Period number 2 gets underway here. Like we said, no score in that first one, as Composure still on the power play here. They'll pick it up from their corner after it was flipped out by Delusions. Off that face-off win. Through center was Mark. He's got it back on his stick. He'll find a way over to get it to Taylor. That's going to be stolen by bMaJuH. Good way to get bMaJuH the puck, as he'll just take it away, flip it out, and that's going to conclude the period. So, or at least the power play. So 5-on-5, 6v6 hockey. Love to say it at least once a broadcast. It's my favorite thing to do, as that's icing here. 2 minutes gone in the second.
Yeah, it's a good job getting off the PK there and getting himself back situated. We'll have a face-off here for Composure in the offensive zone, and we know how dangerous those have been through the last little while here in the Caps Gaming Showcase.
Keeks will pick it up off the win from behind the net. Good one-time feed over to McLovin. Sorry, that was Tendy. He's got it back on his stick. Shot in. That one whistles just past the glove of the one and only. It's going to be kept in the zone now. Good movement here. As I say that, it's stolen yet again. 3 steals from the right side, Tegan. That's Taylor not able to find his targets, and bMaJuH taking it away.
Yeah, bMaJuH's doing a pretty good job there. Defense is his game, and he gives, we're going to have Composure with an offensive zone face-off, though, again here, Nick. I don't know how many of these you can give up.
Can't give up too many if you are Composure, looking to solidify their shot for the Caps Gaming Showcase. $20,000 prize pool. 32 teams make the playoffs. They're in, but what seed? That's the question right now, and other stats will come in as we move along through this. At the top right of your screen, we'll bring you updates as we have them. Meanwhile, we're still here scoreless through almost the middle frame of the middle period of game number 1. Another icing, so a start and stop kind of game right now for the most part in this contest.
Yeah, it has been a little bit of a slower second period than a first period. Not much rhythm here, but a good job by Delusions to win that defensive zone faceoff. They've been strong down there on that side.
You know what they say, rhythm is a dancer. As that one's fed up in front, trying to get a shot back in, can't find a lane. That one's picked up by the defense. Wrecked there at center ice, though. Oh my goodness! And I thought we would have seen a fight, Tegan.
Yeah, maybe the hands were going to be thrown, but not decided to. Big hit nonetheless.
Power play opportunity here for Delusions as they go on the power play for the first time tonight. 21 ranked here in the Caps Gaming Showcase. 29% Composure's PK, near 90%, looking pretty good as well. So a battle of an immovable force versus the unstoppable object. Is that what it is? I don't know. Chris here on a breakaway chance. Good outstretched stick by Mark to break that up and break that scoring chance away from a top scorer in Chris. Center point shot. He scores! And that's bMaJuH with the opening goal of game number 1. They're up 1-0.
You couldn't have written this any better for F5 Penguin, my friend Nick here, as he's going to be happy. His buddy bMaJuH puts one in the back of the net, and a great play nonetheless. You see the D-to-D at the point that throws most of the goalies off, and a good job by bMaJuH to pick that far-sided 1-0 game here, Delusion.
Gotta love when the bMaJuH gets the goal. I'm going to call that one out every single time. Lead pass up for McLovin now. He'll look for a shot on, can't find it. Going to be staying in the zone by Mark, though. Slap shot comes in, that's blocked instead by Fritz. Now Chris has it. Chris trying to get it out of the zone. He can't do it. bMaJuH will try to help him out. He'll successfully make that happen. Fritz has it now on his stick. So he'll look for a lane, try to find one through the middle. I think he was trying to find Chris on the other side of the ice. Couldn't connect. Slowing it down was Keeks. Keeks up the left side. That's going to be banked along the boards. Intended up for Mark, and that'll be flipped back out one more time for Chris. Good way to connect on that cross ice little feed that was whipped along, and he connected. Shot in, blocked. Second effort from bMaJuH, who was in front in the slot area. Now here comes the Omaha, picked up by Tendy, and he scores! Tendy ties it at 1.
And at one end, we get a big save. At the other, we get a big goal. And me and Brandon talk about that all the time. We see it constantly in NHL 22. The figure-it-out Omaha play. Catching the defense sleeping. What a goal there by Composure.
Man, what a slap shot out as Nuge was down low. I thought he had a surefire goal. And because of that, he wasn't in his defensive position. And Tendy gets his, I think that was the 24th goal of the season for Tendy. Healer will wrap it around. Fritz has it. Up now, Carl back, Chris rather, as I say Carl because his name popped up down there. Their names are funny. As we'll bring you some scoreline updates. You'll see them at the top right of your screen. Leaguegaming's dynamic stats system bringing you those updates. Highlanders overpowered as we followed them last week. They dropped 4-2 in game number 1. More on that soon. Here comes Tendy again, who just got that goal to tie it at 1. Taylor's going to lose that puck by Chris and moved out for Fritz. Taylor will come back for it. Will recover it once more for his squad as they move along with about 2 minutes left here in the second period. 2 goals in period number 2 so far, so lots of 2s as that's flapped in far side. Nealer's going to be pressed, and that's for Keeks now. Keeks to McLovin, trying to lay that one in there, and that's Nealer clearing it. As play stopped?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, Nick. I didn't want to jump in on you as I thought the pin was live, but I think that one hopped up into the boards. But good job there by Delusions defense. Nealer getting that puck out with Nuge. They've been great back there so far.
Final minute of the second period here. Hidden Potential over Virtual Brothers. There's your shout out there, Tegan, for Hidden Potential going up 3-0 in their game number 1. So we'll see what they do for their series as they're trying to round out that top 10 like you mentioned. Nealer tries to round out this period. He'll give it up to Keeks. One last effort, not going to go anywhere. That's flipped down the boards by HK, and it's over to you guys. At the end of 2 now, it's 1-1, and with the amazing goal by Michael Nugent.
Yeah, goal on either side there, Brandon, from the back end on Delusions, and a great Omaha play there from Composure.
Yeah, and that kind of just goes to show how this game has gone so far through the first 2 periods. Obviously, in period 1, pretty back and forth, a few opportunities for each side, but no one able to capitalize, and we were kept at 0 apiece. And then, obviously, the first 10 minutes, as you and Nick kind of mentioned, things kind of slowed down a little bit. Not really any opportunities really coming along for either of these 2 sides. And next thing you know, we saw Nick call one of his favorite players to call in Nuge to get the scoring started. Just a few minutes later, Omaha play, Tendy flying up the ice to get that play, and we know how dangerous he is when he has the puck on his stick. 24 goals, as Nick did mention on the season. He was able to capitalize to tie this game up. So really what we would expect, 2 really high-quality teams, elite teams, playing as such. Really close game, really back and forth. Can't wait to see how this third shakes out.
And probably 2 of the teams that have not only mastered, but invented the Omaha here in Composure and Delusions. Obviously some name changes and some roster changes for the team going south on your screen, but all these players have been around for a long time. They've architected that play type for sure as Taylor tries to break it in, get a shot on. That's going to be kick saved and then smothered by the one and only. Will hold on as he tried to kind of get cheeky with that one there, Tegan, from the point.
Yeah, and I'd like to touch on, there may not be a lot of age in these teams, but there definitely is a lot of history.
Yeah, if there was an AARP sponsorship for esports, he would have it there as I say that and make the joke. Oh man, it's McLovin, and it's 2-1 with an amazing goal off the set play from the faceoff.
Yeah, we touched on the offensive zone faceoffs there for Composure. How many are you going to be able to give them before they capitalize? And you see it right there. Great faceoff play from McLovin on the cut, and he just cuts that in backdoor. Fantastic goal here.
We were joking in a pre-production meeting with some of the league staff that this was the boomer matchup of the week here between these 2 teams. As I think I can say that because I'm also a boomer, at least in NHL esports, so that's okay. As it's 2-1 now for Composure, as they really had a great goal. Again, a master of a lot of different plays, one of them being that set play off the faceoff. So Nuge and his team going to have to get something going as that bounces off of his body. He'll try to recover it. That's stolen by Tendy and fought back by Nuge as we've got a penalty coming up here. He drew the penalty, but Fritz on the breakaway. 2-on-1 here. Back for Taylor. Taylor found that puck, almost got a hold of it, but we have a power play coming up.
Great draw by bMaJuH there. Ends up winning the battle and drawing the penalty. We'll see if Delusions can capitalize here, and they need to as we're late in the third.
Quick face-off. It's going to be won by Delusions. They've got time here on this power play, but not for long as Mark will take it. Look to clear it out. He'll give it up to Keeks. Keeks now trying to force that one through the middle. Couldn't find a way in. Chris will take it back around the outside. Back to Chris on the give and go. Chris and bMaJuH have played together, wow, for seasons and seasons, at least thousands of games together. They're no slouch and no stranger to each other, at least chemistry-wise on the ice, as Taylor will bump him off the puck and take it. Short-handed now on the attack. Pushed along the boards, just trying to kill some time smartly. He tried to do it a second time, but bMaJuH is going to be smart about that one and take it away. It'll come out to Keeks. He'll clear it. Tendy's going to come out of the box back to full strength. 4 wide coming into the zone. They couldn't grab that one and make it an offensive scoring chance, so they'll start over as Prodigy goes over Scary Hours in game number 1. Scary Hours, the sole undefeated team in the Caps Gaming Showcase, at least in the series. So we'll see if they can come back and force a game 3. Meanwhile, we're here. Middle stages of the third frame of game number 1. 2-1 right now for Composure as we go offside here in the third.
That's a great kill for Composure. Sorry, I meant late in the game, not late in the third, but any penalty in the third period is a great kill. But watch out for these deadly offensive zone faceoffs.
Set play out to the left winger there. He tried to get that one on net. That was Fritz looking for a way on to net. Not too many shots from the wall, or for the wall to save so far. As bMaJuH has this nice sauce pass up. That was beautiful, but it couldn't connect. HK down low. Forced off the puck. Chris has it instead. Back to HK, who stops and goes. Trying to lay it up top, right point. Looking for a slap shot. He'll pull it away. That's stolen by Taylor. He'll bump it up to himself, trying to take it with speed. Trying to find his tag partner on the left side in Keeks, but couldn't connect there. Chris will take it around instead. Scores are coming in good and plenty, and I don't mean the candy right now, as that one's flipped in right side. Behind that screen there, you'll see that Tendy's fighting for it. And so is Keeks. Keeks has it now from the corner. One-time chance there for McLovin. Couldn't get that shot to net. It was blocked by 2 defenders. And Chris, one of those guys, he'll carry it out for his team. In front with a lot of traffic. Backhand chance. He scores, and this game is tied.
What a forecheck there by Delusions, and they knew they had to. They had 3 guys on that puck in front of the net chasing it down. Great poke check, pops it loose, and Chris comes in and puts it backhand top shelf. What a goal, Nick.
Goals are coming a lot now. I love to see it. 5 minutes here in regulation time remaining in game number 1. As while these 2 teams have solidified themselves into the playoffs, they're playing like it is a playoff on the line implication for them. And as Brandon would say, you do love to see that. Play continues now. McLovin through the middle. Lead pass intended for Tendy. He's going to try to pick it up off the boards. Good chop there to keep that away. That was Nealer with the 300 IQ play, I think, there to chop that one away from Tendy, who's already got a goal on his stick for now. Looking for another, maybe to break the tie and get the game winner. We'll have to see in about 2 minutes. Right side, he tried to get in the zone. Try to keep it in there was Taylor, but it goes just offside.
Taylor's been very good in the offensive zone, and for Composure in the defensive zone, Keeks as a left winger, he's been very, very defensive as well as offensive. You need that in a 2-2 game.
Face-off's doubly won by Composure, but Delusions will take that one. And they'll move it along. In the zone now, HK shot in from a weird angle, looking for the rebound chance. Stick lift didn't work there. Chris tries to dance around a couple of people. Nealer will keep it in. Great block there by Keeks, as you mentioned just a couple of seconds ago, Tegan. That's Composure back in the attacking end. Nealer's going to steal that one away. Dangerous in front, though. Got to clear it. They do. Taylor tried another stick lift. That's about 4 that haven't worked so far, but he's been great defensively for the team. 30 seconds here in regulation. Poke check through the middle. It's going to come all the way back. Taylor's got it now. And he'll send it around. D partner. Official Mark. That's going to be for Chris, though, as that pass didn't connect. Mark will pick it up instead. He'll try to bring... Oh, he tried to get it. I thought it was going to go to Taylor, who had a step on him with some speed, but he held on to it. It's offside with about 15 seconds left.
That was a great play by Taylor in the defensive zone there. He overcommitted and got that poke off, which could have ended up as Chris was headed the other way with speed.
Chris in with speed again. Chop that one behind the net. Final 8 seconds here. See if McLovin, late game heroics, they go offside. As we were talking about Taylor before, Brandon, interesting things about Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor's a guy we knew was going to be a big factor offensively. Third most puck possession of any player in the league with over 97 minutes.
See if he continues to hold that puck possession as we go into overtime here. So 2 more goals come in the third period. Tie-breaking goal by McLovin and then tied back by Chris. It is 2-2, game number 1, overtime on the way.
Oh, there's nothing like getting blessed with overtime, Brandon, and here we are once again in the same position.
Yeah, and who doesn't love free hockey? And especially when you have 2 teams of this caliber really going at it with so much on the line as we start to get into the playoffs. You know, these two not unfamiliar with playing close with one another. We've said that they've been around for so long. These guys know each other. They've played each other time after time after time. And interestingly enough, they've played 14 times in the past 3 or 4 years. 14 times total. They've split every single one of those games. It's a 7-7 series according to LG's website and their statistics that they provide us. We know this was going to be a close series. It has lived up to that billing so far. Going to be really interesting to see who takes this game with extra hockey on the way.
Extra hockey is here, and we are here. Overtime period of game number 1. There must be a winner. We'll see who wins this one. As play begins with Composure on possession. They'll slowly flip it in. Tendy's got it with speed, though. That's the chemistry we're talking about. Taylor to Mark with a shot there. Kick save with a save again by Connor. That's the one and only with a huge save there, and that might be game-saving.
Yeah, those D-to-D shots are deadly, aren't they, Nick? And a good job by the one and only as the wall got beat at the other end by Nuge, but the one and only gets in the way of that one.
Try to set play for Tendy. Taylor will rip it away with another chance there from a rebound. Tendy's all over the ice now looking for this game winner. 7-0, the Wicked over Do The Thing. They did not do the things there as they dropped that one to Wicked in game number 1. More on that series soon as well. We'll bring you all of them as we can, as that saucer pass by Fritz was intended for the right side, but Nuge will pick it up instead, leaving it up for HK now. Chris with a shot, couldn't get it on. That's poked off his stick right when he was about to rip that one on net. Taylor will take it instead. Right circle, fed in front, looking for Tendy. That's Nuge stealing it again. Nuge all over the ice right now on Tendy. He has his number.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's playing great in the defensive zone, but a little bit of an errant pass by Nuge there as he looked like he had 3 gentlemen in front of him off to the races. We'll see if they can get going again here. 3
violent gentlemen indeed, sir. I definitely agree with you there as that one trickles all the way back and behind. So we'll get an icing here with about 6 minutes gone in the overtime period.
It's been a quick overtime period, too. Lots of shots. Everybody knows that you got to take shots in overtime, get a rebound, get a tricky one, and these teams are very good. So that'll probably be what we see go in.
Face-off win. Keeks was looking to go in to the slot area and rip one maybe cross-body. Couldn't find his way to do that. They'll start out from their end again, or at least from center ice as a shot comes in down low. Low-angle shot. Looking for that rebound chance as the Gabagoons go over Amateur Hams. 3-2 in their game number 1. Chris fighting off of a check. He does so successfully. Now he's got it behind the net. Shot in short side angle. Penalty coming up here. Extra man might be coming out. Nuge looking for a slap shot. Pulls off. Now another chance there. That's a good move by Fritz to put one on net. Trying to connect. And a penalty coming up. 2 of them maybe, I think. I don't know here. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
No,
just one, I think, Nick. Yeah, and they're getting 2. It was interesting. I thought I saw a Composure player go down there, but it looked like it was as the wall had to be sharp there, Nick.
Yeah, it looked like the trip happened right when the whistle blew, so I wasn't sure if they were going to give him maybe a 4-on-4 or something like that. Nevertheless, here, power play opportunity for Composure. I'm sorry, a penalty kill opportunity for Composure to build some momentum. Delusions looking to capitalize on this extra man. See if they can do that in overtime. Chris, center ice area, back up to him from Nuge. They just that time they were not in sync, as we made a reference in the EU division about that boy banding of the 90s. They'll start out from their end once more. Right side for Nuge. He's got it, sidestepping a defender. Chris from the point area, center point. There's a shot from the right circle. Can't get it on net. Found the stick of a teammate, but it's flipped out instead right to Mark's stick. He tried to windmill deke that one. Couldn't find his way past those defenders. So they'll flip it in once more, and that should kill off the penalty. Back to full strength here in the overtime period. McLovin back out at center ice. He'll cross that red line. Step back for his team. Step up for a hit. And now play will resume. McLovin's got it on his stick, so he's doing everything right now. Coming fresh out of the box with a full steam ahead mentality. 7:30 here left in the overtime period. Keeks up the left side from the corner. Looking for a short side chance in. Wrist shot. Saved there by the one and only. HK looking to feed that one. Keeks will take it back instead. That'll be fed across the blue line. Can't find his lane in again. And that's the trap going to work here for Delusions as we close out maybe the first overtime period. Chopped along the boards. Taylor in down low. Neutral forced it out. Now up to Nealer, left side, looking for a way. That's going to be stuck along the boards again. Maybe a weird spot on the boards here in the Composure Arena, Tegan.
Yeah, a little bit of wet ice there. Maybe the water bottle got dumped and it kind of stopped up there. Nonetheless, we're going to be back going here. This has been a very, very good overtime period, back and forth, high-octane hockey.
Bit of a chess match here as a slap shot came in as the puck trickled to Tendy's stick. I don't know if he got that one to net, but it definitely had a lot of speed on it. Maybe a lot of moxie, as some commentators may have said back in the 70s. I don't know. I wasn't born then. Anyway, play continues. Nealer's got it. Behind the net, he'll lose it. Now Nuge sends it up along the right side. Right side for Chris. Back to Nuge's stick. That's going to be touched up and brought back in. Terry will take a minute. Give it over to his centerman. They'll come back for it. Tendy will drop it back, and they'll start it on the left side. Just trying to get their feet under them. Here they go, charging up the ice. 100 seconds remain in the overtime period. Real-time seconds, so it gives us some time to breathe as play moves along. Nealer, two men behind the net for Composure. Sent along the right side. Taylor back in for Tendy. Tendy circling. Finds the lane in. Slap shot comes in off the one-time chance from McLovin. He couldn't find the net.
What a close chance there. That's probably our best chance of the game, as it took about 18 minutes here, Nick. And we'll get in the last slow minute. Maybe we'll get something else. But it's been very, very aggressive on both sides, but not a lot of shots.
Aggressively cautious is the word I'm using right now as play moves along. Tendy, Taylor, double T's here, trying to find a way in. Mark's going to pick it up, but they'll have to come out of the zone and start back in. Under 1 minute remaining in the overtime period. We will get a winner in game number 1. Keeks, now Mark. Mark will trade positions. That's McLovin looking for a lane from Tendy. Short side chance. There's Keeks with a great save by the one and only.
That's got to be the best chance in overtime so far. Great save there by the one and only to keep Delusions in it.
OFS, HK. The name is interchangeable. The skill set is not. We know that. Tendy holds the line, gets in the zone, loses the puck from the corner. He just can't find his way past Nuge either. Fritz got speed, though, coming down the lane. Here's Chris. Chris going to fight for it from down low. Out comes with it. HK, he's got it. Behind the net. Sending it up. Here comes Nuge, low circle area. Back down to Chris. One last chance here, 10 seconds off the pad there of the wall. That was dangerous, still in the zone though. 3 seconds, 2 and 1. They're gonna hold on to it, so no score through overtime. We'll have overtime period number 2 coming up after this.
There is nothing better than extra hockey, Brandon, am I right?
You know, even if it's free, you're still getting your money's worth here with this contest between these two teams. And man, what a great overtime period. I know obviously you can be so enamored with the high scoring periods, with the flashy plays and the pretty passes, but sometimes there's nothing like a goalie show, you know? That was a really nice performance there from the one and only and the wall, both of them making really critical saves at a big point in this game. I think that you could really debate that both Composure and Delusions had at least 1 or 2 chances that could have easily been a winner had there not been that big key save. So obviously, so much talent on the ice and so much going on. A lot of players playing really good hockey, but do not forget the men between the pipes and the one and only and the wall. Both have been absolutely phenomenal in that overtime period. We'll see if they can keep it up. They gotta be perfect from here on out.
Overtime period number 2 upon us. We must get a winner. The ice has been zambonied and skated over. This play will continue. Composure's arena getting some work here. That's flipped in, giving chase, trying to beat out the icing. They will, oddly enough, but they didn't come up with the puck. Mark's got it. Mark out for Keeks. Keeks in down low for McLovin. McLovin held up against the boards. That's Tendy going after it. Tayer's going to come out with it. Right circle looking for a way. That's going to be poke check free. 3-on-1 developing here. HK in front, forehand. He scores! That's Fritz with the game winner.
Just like that, it only took, what, a period and a couple minutes. What a goal there by Fritz. And Delusions, Brandon, comes out and takes the W in game 1.
What a great time to get your first goal of the entire season in a double overtime against one of the best teams in this tournament. And what a great play there by Delusions, just getting that space. You saw Fritz was right there to take advantage of just kind of textbook little backhand forehand move, beats the wall and gets past Composure 3-2. What a game that was, and we're not done yet. We have at least one, maybe even two more of these to go.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome to watch, as that first game was so exciting, Brandon. Back and forth action is what we asked for, and it delivered. Almost, 4.5 periods of hockey, give or take 6 minutes. You know, what a great game.
Yeah, and you cannot ask much more than that. And both of these teams played a really solid game. It's kind of one of those games where you hate to see either team lose because both of them played well enough to win. But it's one of those things when you get a matchup like this one, two top teams that have a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and a lot of experience as well. We touched on it coming into the series, how long both of these two teams have been around. You think of some of the, the original six, so to say, of NHL esports. Composure and Delusions are in that conversation. Two of the most prestigious teams in NHL esports. What they showed right there, why they are and why every single tournament they enter, they are considered championship contenders. It's going to be fun to watch them play one, maybe even two more games here.
Yeah, possibly two more games. That's right. As I know my buddy Neil over there on Delusions, he was using a wrong-handed stick back on D. You couldn't tell. Him and Nuge looked top-notch back there, didn't they?
Yeah, they really did. Neil and Nuge, maybe one of the more, I don't want to say underrated defensive pairings, but definitely one of the top defensive pairings in this tournament. Obviously, doesn't take much to say for people to know the name of Nuge, one of the better defensemen and better players in the NHL community, not just in sixes, but in 1v1 as well. And then obviously Neeler, he's the guy that's been around, has been on a few teams, was on Olympia as a utility during their long spree of championships during NHL 21. So these are two players that are very accomplished, know how to play that top tier hockey. You expect them to do it, but it's a different challenge doing it against a team like Composure with the group they have, with guys like McLovin and Tendy and Mark, etc. So they were up to the task in that game one. They're going to have to do it again because the job not done. Going to have to win one more game if they want to take this series home.
Yeah, that defense was just as good on the other side for Composure. Tayer and Mark were fantastic. Both of these teams played very, very even, Brandon, and it was just a little bit of overtime that got it ahead. What do you think is going to be the tipping point here as we get to game two, as Delusions looks to close it out and Composure looks to keep it composed and move this on to a game three?
Thing could be actually on the special teams there. We didn't really see a lot of work done on the special teams in terms of being able to capitalize, but nevertheless, both of these two teams, obviously you can say this with really any stat, but they're some of the better special teams squads in the league. Both are in the top 10 in penalty kill, and even though neither of them are in that top tier of power play percentages, they both have respectable numbers. 29.3% for Delusions, 31.4 for Composure. So with you have games and series like this that are so even, and there's not a lot that really separates these two teams, you really have to take advantage of those opportunities that you get to where you maybe can get a little bit ahead, get that advantage. So being able to capitalize on power plays, being able to keep your opponent from not being able to capitalize on theirs could be a huge, huge difference for either one of these two teams, because there's not really a lot that separates them. There's so much talent across the board, kind of a draw in every single spot that you look at with these two teams where, like we said, not really a single just outright advantage for either side. So you got to take advantage of the chances you get. I think the team that can do that here in this next game has a really solid chance of winning.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you. Or is it going to be goaltending there, Brandon? Both of these goaltenders playing lights out here in this hockey game. Is there maybe an expectation that these goalies are supposed to play this way the whole way through?
Man, I mean, it's tough to say. You just never know when that one team's going to be able to pop off. But anyone that knows the one and only in the Wall, they know that they can steal games. We saw it from the Wall in their series against Isles GT, formerly Entourage, when we covered them in week 3. The Wall, he was able to make multiple big-time saves on breakaways and open one-time shots. We know his ability to be able to make those saves to not just steal a team a game, but like we say, Tegan, those big saves can turn into opportunities for yourselves to where you can go back on the other end, capitalize on a goal. That's a big momentum switch, and the one and only able to do the same thing on the other side. He's been great all season, a .804 save percentage and under a 2 goals against average so far, and he's taken 148 shots, so those are no slouching numbers at all. So both of these two goalies very capable. Obviously, just kind of a different kind of feel when you're playing a team like they both are on the other side, but nevertheless, these two guys are top-notch goalies. They're going to show up.
Absolutely. So they got to watch the icing, so Delusions does. I don't know if they're sending him down there because the D pair between Nuge and Nealer is ancient, and they just need some water. But they're going to need to hold up on there because McLovin took advantage on a little bit of a face-off play there. We might see a few more of those in game 2.
Yeah, and you saw the Omaha play work to perfection for them. We know how good those guys, especially the wingers in McLovin and Tendy, they are able to use their speed and make you pay if you get caught a little bit out of position, or if they're able to just kind of get you that big over the top of your head type play. It's kind of like that deep shot from your quarterback, throwing it to your speedy receiver downfield. Kind of similar on that Omaha play when you can just slap it down. You have a winger that has that speed that both McLovin and Tendy have on the two wings. You trust them to make the right play, be in the right position, and you saw McLovin and Tendy were both able to capitalize on those quick hitting plays there in game 1. We'll see if they can do that in game 2. We know these top teams are able to adjust. Delusions, no different. So going to be fun to watch here in this game 2 to see if they're still able to execute that.
As we have a bit of a lineup change in game number 2 for both sides. We'll talk about more on that in a little bit. Highlanders overpowered 2-0 is a highlight of tonight. We'll talk about what that means for overpowered as they probably dropped from their 26th spot here. But meanwhile, we have game number 2 in front of us here. Mark will take it in for a shot in on the left side. McLovin gotta get one on the one and only. He did early. But we'll have a stoppage of play and a face-off.
Yeah, feeling the puck early, and that's exactly what a goaltender wants. If you're Delusions, the one and only comes in, feels that puck, and keeps going.
As that's hit that in center. Fritz out on the right side still for Delusions. Kept in the zone. They couldn't keep it in the zone all the way, though. Nealer and Nuge still back on defense. But a change up front on the right side there. HK will be in offense. Cosmic steps in. Haven't had that name mentioned out of my mouth in a while, as he is the left winger in game number 2 for Delusions. So 2 different changes there. Business as usual for these teams. And play continues. Cosmic's got it down low. And now Nealer. Nealer's going to find a way to Fritz. He does. Couldn't get the shot past Mark instead, but Nuge will keep it in the zone. Nuge falls it to Taylor, though, with a shot there. Whistles just past the wall. He'll scoop it up off the backboard and hold on.
Yeah, so both goalies feeling the puck early here, Nick, and that's exactly what they want. Is we'll see if Delusions can capitalize here in the offensive zone.
Face off here, won back by Composure. Wrapped around the boards for Taylor. See if Delusions can close this out in 2 games here, if Composure will force a game number 3. Time will tell shortly. Slap shot comes in, not a lot on it, as the one and only was able to see that the entire way, as we'll get a face-off draw here.
And you notice Composure loves that speed. They've got McLovin on the left wing, and he is moving in, looking for cuts from Mark or Taylor.
Another draw. Nuge will pick it up. Cosmic with speed around his would-be defender, but Mark's there with a stick to help out Taylor. Taylor's got it now. From Mark, banked along the boards and picked off and stolen by Fritzy. Fritz has it. Lost it as that came back into the offensive end for Delusions. Back along the boards up the right side. Nuge will pick it up. Holds. Sends it along for Cosmic. It's another two players that have a lot of chemistry back together. Cosmic and Nuge. Let's hit that. Tried to bring that past Nuge. Couldn't get past that. Would be checked. That was checked. And Cosmic instead with a possibility there. Scoring chances aplenty so far between these two teams, but not so much in this game number 2. Bit of a feeling out process as they go offside here.
Yeah, and a lot of really good ones players over on Delusions. HK, Nuge, now Cosmic coming into the game, able to play all positions. That definitely benefits the team in Blackout here.
Play resumes here. 8 minutes left in the first period of game number 2. Delusions wins game number 1, 3-2 in double overtime. Our longest game on broadcast so far in the Caps Gaming Showcase. Presented to you by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming. Stats coming in as we go here. We'll bring you scoreline updates as we have them. Taylor, center point. He'll bring it down the right circle. He'll stop and go. Give it over. Oh, good one-time effort there from Mark at center point to the left side in McLovin. As I thought that was going to be a surefire goal. Great save by the one and only. Here comes a lead pass, maybe? No, there's the Omaha. Trying to beat out the icing, they will. Tendy got it with a weird angle. Still kept it in the zone, though, but not for long. So we'll get a playoff implication update here shortly. At the next stoppage, we have our man between the glass and Brandon Bigsby giving you those updates as we get them. Tendy holding up things from the right side. Trying to fight that one off. That's bounced off of Taylor, but out of the zone. Hit that'll send it, try to back in. Can't get there. Here comes Cosmic. Right side. Trying to get that out of the zone, they will. Going over to Brandon. Playoff implications, sir.
Yeah, we're seeing on the top right of your screen somebody score pushes. A few teams moving up and down to overpower with their loss. They are now on the outside looking in. Loyalty now out as they fall to 3-5. TR5 just clinched with their series win, and at the top right of your screen you saw Tropics fall. They are now on the outside looking in at 33rd out the top 32.
Great stuff, Brandon, as Taylor moves it along for his team. Trying to get that in the zone and keep it in the zone. That's been their challenge so far, as we're under a half minute here in the first period. No score again through the first, at least for now, as Cosmic will stop that chance. Sent off to the left side for Nealer. Nealer's going to hold it. Time will expire. So just like the first period in game number 1, no score in period number 1 of game number 2. Goalies standing tall.
Yeah, both goaltenders putting on a show here, Brandon. We talked about that. Was it going to be goaltending? Was it going to be defense? And it's defense so far.
Yeah, and it's very perfect there. We were just kind of segueing in earlier into after the first game how defense and goaltendings were so big in game 1, and once again in the first period of game 2, they're showing out strong. And like we said, you kind of expected from these two teams. We know how good Nuge and Nealer are together back there, and then the one and only one able to make the big saves that they have come to him. And then for Composure, Mark and Mateer, two of the better defensemen in this tournament. We know what Mateer can do on the offensive end. Mark also one of the more impactful players for this team. He has a plus 18 plus minus. That's 7 higher than any other player on Composure. And then when you have a goalie like the Wall that's able to step up in big time situations, it really makes their job a lot easier. So a great defensive and goaltending showing so far from both sides.
Period number 2 underway here, as we get back to the action. And that's Taylor in the white jerseys, representing Composure, going north on your screen. As I love playoff hockey, I can smell it in the air. And so can these players. You'll see that as we get to maybe best of 3s, forcing game 3s, as HK trying to 1v1 his way around that checker. He got wrecked, and so did Fritz. McLovin's got it, left side. He's in left wing position now. Hit that at center. Tendy's got it, shot in, good save, the one and only. Easy save for him, or as one of the 1v1 players I used to know say, easy reads. That's what they would say. So things move along for Taylor. Offside here, 4.5 gone so far in the second.
Yeah, Taylor trying to come in on that right-hand side. He has a couple times. It looks like we are going to get a timeout here, as that is going to be from Composure's side here, Nick.
Yeah, timeout at a weird chance. I don't know what happened here. Maybe a sync issue or something like that. So things you got to battle as you're an esports professional player going for this $20,000 in the Caps Gaming Showcase. We'll make sure we stay with this action unless we see something else change, and then we'll have to deal with that as it comes. But right now, I think we're continuing. I think we'll see in just a moment. I count 12. So play will resume. Weird option to take a timeout there, Tegan. Anyway, we'll move it along.
Yeah, interesting time. Maybe somebody had a door dog issue. Who knows? But looks like we're all set up and ready to go.
Gotta tell those dogs to stay quiet. Papa's trying to bring home the bacon.
Right.
Or bacon bits. Either way. Play moves on. Slap shot in. Didn't take a long on it. And that one did find its way over to the wall, but he was able to track that down. We'll have another playoff update here in just a moment. Offside here. Going over to Brandon for another playoff update with one of our favorite NHL esports teams.
Yeah, Nick, you saw CBJ just won their series. They just moved up, and they are in the last spot as of now at 32. Lots of movement still to happen, but as of this current moment, CBJ in the playoffs.
As we love our NHL esports counterpart teams in Ducks, in Jackets, in the Isles, and of course in our Caps Gaming and Caps Gaming Showcase, most certainly. As CBJ Gaming, definitely a bubble team. They've been on the bubble pretty much all season. They remain there right now. Slapshot comes in with a lot on it, and the one and only standing tall and just smothers it in his breadbasket.
Yeah, the one and only continuing to just eat those pucks up and hold on to them. Not a lot of rebounds coming out from him, and that's going to keep Delusions very successful here as this game carries on.
He ripped that one in from the left circle. Amazing save by the one and only, able to track that one in. Tendy behind the net, 3 men behind the net working at it. There's McLovin looking for hit that, can't find him. Turns it back around for Tendy. Give and go. Beautiful puck movement behind the net here for Team Composure. They fight off a check or two. In down low, going after it. There's Cosmic, he's got it. Good shot there, and waffle boarded aside there by the wall. Official mark. Through neutral ice, all the way into the end. He'll take it in down low. Gives it off for McLovin. He's on the ice. There is Mark. He's pushed off of it, and that was Nealer fighting back for the check. Fritz over to HK. HK with room for Cosmic. Cosmic tried to split the D. Hit that, takes it back the other way. Good blue line pass out for Hit that and McLovin. They could not get it through, but that's Nuge taking it away for his team. Fritz, slap shot in from the point. That one doesn't get through.
Such back and forth hockey right now as McLovin brings it in.
McLovin and Hit that going to work here again behind the net, and that's where they really want to work at from Tegan.
Yes, look at this. This is pretty interesting. We get an Omaha play. It ends up being offside. We don't usually see the flip-up Omaha plays, but let's go to bMaJuH for a playoff update.
Another playoff update. Night Shift now in that last 30-second spot after Awake Nation just lost their series. So CBJ up to 31st. Night Shift in the last spot as of now.
Dangerous opportunity there from Nealer, and he was able to just, not from Nealer, but for Nealer to get in the way of. He scooped that puck away from the goal mouth.
Good job here on the left-hand side by McLovin to keep that puck in the zone. His Composure finally getting things cooking here in the offensive zone.
Definitely getting it cooking as here they go one more time. Wrist shot off the post. Second rebound for the one and only, and he hangs on.
Well, they are cooking, but the grease is not keeping in the pan as that one hops right out off the post.
That was a huge moment, and the post is the one to be thanked, at least from shot number one. Rebound for shot two. That comes in off the faceoff, and it's Hit that. Comes into the game in game number two and gets the opening goal. It's 1-0 for Composure.
Yeah, just like I said there in overtime, the goals were probably going to be these rebound kind of bank-in goals here, Nick, and that's what we see right there. Not able to control the rebound is the one and only. Is that one right along the ice? Great goal by Hit that.
Hit that, getting alive here, winning the faceoff, getting the puck out to the point, and then being there for the rebound, making no mistake about that second effort, especially after losing out to the post, and a great save by the one and only in that first effort. So 1-0 now. HK looking to get that back. Second effort in front, the wall, smothers it up, and we will get a draw.
Wow, what an answer, and an aggressive one at that, wasn't it, Nick? And that's exactly what Delusions needs right now.
Quick little face-off play here. Push win, held up at the circle, and that's going to do it. So a late-stage goal for Composure gives them a 1-0 lead going into the third period.
This has been so close, so back and forth, Brandon. You only have one period to score. It's taken plenty. What do you expect?
Yeah, and it's interesting because with the way that this game is played, it's so huge to get that goal when things have been so defensive and the goalies have really stepped up and made some big saves. A nice job there from Hiddat and Composure to get that one up. But man, I have a hard time seeing Delusions not getting something going. You see the shots, you see the time on attack. They've been outplayed in terms of the offensive production by Composure, but man, you just feel like they're gonna open something up with the talent that they have and the ability that they have in order to get into the zone and to get things going. We're gonna have to wait and see. They're gonna have to find some answers because what Composure has done on the defensive end of this game has worked and it's worked well. So maybe some adjustments from game one for Composure. We'll see how Delusions responds to those adjustments to try to get on the board and to tie this game up 1-1.
As period number 3 here, Composure in the lead, but down in the series. Let's see what they can do here. Flipped in by bMaJuH. We'll keep you abreast of the playoff implications as they keep changing at the bottom of that bubble with a ton of 4 and 3 teams. That's the nature of these Swiss formats. You don't play the same team more than once in the group play. And that takes us to where we are now. Just had another change get alerted here, so we'll bring you that shortly. In front chance. Good effort there by Tendy. Better save in defense there by Delusions. So they have it now, trying to slow things down. Sloth level movement smartly for the defense in Delusions as bMaJuH walked right into the check, but somehow Cosmic's got it across the mouth of the goal. Picked up by Tendy, going back the other way. Looking for a lane, and McLovin couldn't connect on him. That's a Mark down low. Mark to McLovin again. They like to get Mark active in the offensive zone. I've called many a top 10 play from Mark over in my day, as he tries to get active for his team here. In for Delusions once more. bMaJuH will take it in stride and draws a penalty. Extra man could be out here for Delusions. Can they capitalize? What can they do from the left side? HK. Skaters out. Going to the bench here. Oh, coming out. Here's a shot there and a good glove save by the wall.
Wow, he is looking like a wall. I was expecting as soon as he comes into the hash marks there, that puck was going in there, Nick. What a unbelievable save.
He just danced and dinked and dunked all the way around the defense for Composure, and they could not get it past the wall. As now we have a power play opportunity, and that one's fed up. McLovin back skating in, chance there, and the one and only makes a save. So real quick, we're gonna get over to Brandon, another playoff update.
Yeah, a few of them right here. We have a few teams go in and out. The Wicked wins their series. They are now in. Tropics gets in. A few teams lost in Turtles and Adrenaline. They are both currently out of the picture with the Wicked, Night Shift, and Tropics now back into the top 32 as of now.
God, I love playoff hockey. Play moves on here. 30 seconds left in the power play for Delusions as they need to get one here to tie this game up in the third period. We're closing into the middle part of that period, at least in regulation. Will we see overtime? Back to 5-on-5 hockey, full strength here. Tendy out from the corner. Up now, right side. Taylor with speed here, looking for McLovin. Found him, shot there, he scores! McLovin ties it from the left wing, and it's 1-1.
Composure loves to get their defense involved. We saw Mark getting involved on the left-hand side. This time it's Taylor. Out of the zone with speed with that short, speedy McLovin on the left-hand side. Good pass on the tape, and that's a one-timer that gets past the one and only.
That was not the broadcaster's curse at all, as I saw the play developing the whole way as the wall plays it out. It's January. In front chance, sprawling the wall with a save there from Fritzy.
What a save as the wall had to make that one. He threw it out. He said, don't worry, boys. My mistake. I got this guy.
Cosmic with speed down the ice. This play is opening up right now at 2-0 here. I said it ties it. I don't know why I said that. Composure's up 2-0. My brain is just wired from what's going on right now. I said ties it up at 1. No, 2-0 Composure right now over Delusions in the period number 3.
I think what Nick was
excited.
meaning is they have a chance to come in and tie this series 1-1 as Composure does lead this one 2-0.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. We're going to go with that there. Has hit that up the left side, offside. You know, sometimes you get so excited with some of these goals, Tegan, calling them as long as I have, and you just get lost in the moment here and there.
Yeah, you're talking to a guy that gets lost in the moment a lot of the time. You know, I love watching these guys play. I love watching this hockey, and the Caps Gaming Showcase can just have you lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce, and not from the sauce earlier in the EU division. Nuge with a dangle, a backhand, and it trickles in. Oh my goodness. It is 2-1 now. They're cutting into that lead.
Unbelievable as Nuge kind of comes in and gives it the seniors discount backhand, and that thing trickles through, and what a goal.
I had to regain my composure there as that backhand had just enough sauce on it to bounce off the pad of the wall and go in. So now we got an interesting game forming here. What a fun series to cover, Tegan.
Yeah, this has been a great one. Is looking like it's going to be even better is what is saved by the wall.
Another chance from Fritz comes in. The wall stands tall. That time, he's not going to let another one of those go in like that. That backhand chance that time was saved as a faceoff comes in from his left. Nealer, slap shot in, rebound right to hit that. He'll look to clear it off the left side. He will. Sends it in down low. Lots of speed for McLovin. How did he not beat out that icing?
Wow, I don't know how many dollar bills have been slipped to the linesman on that one. McLovin looked like he was a quarter mile behind him there, Nick, but he just wasn't able to get the call on his side. But this is good here for Delusions as they've built on this little momentum as the pass goes through and in, and you know, just maybe there's enough time left.
As we look at the turtle speed goal there, as the wall was just off his post just a little bit, and that's going to be one of the ways that the goalies get beat. If you're not perfect, especially in NHL 22, you will pay for it.
Yeah, these teams are so good that most of the time the goals are just these kind of bank shots, rebounds like that. Rarely do you see such a good goal because the defense is so well.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third period here. Delusions looking to get back to tie level here and win the series. Composure looking to force a game 3.
Yeah, they're going to look to force a game 3, but not if Delusions has anything to say about it. They have 2.5 minutes to go here in the third.
Push win back for Composure. Trying to get this puck out of their zone. The forecheck's very high right now for Delusion. Good steal by Cosmic. Fritz, good save there by the wall. He just didn't have enough angle to get that one past the goalie.
Yeah, I think what he tried to do there, Nick, actually, is he wanted to pass that back out front. There was a Delusions player high in the slot there. It would have been perfect, wide open net, but the wall doing a good job to intercept that.
Shot 7-1 in the third period for Delusions as they're trying to get back into this game. Can they do so here with under a minute left? Out to Tendy. Tendy and McLovin get crossed up there. Stick lifted on Nealer. Fritz has it, clears it out. Trying to get it up to Cosmic, who's offside. They touch it, though, so that's going to come all the way back, I think.
Yeah, I just don't think they want to give him the breakout. Maybe they trust their center in the defensive zone, but it doesn't matter because it's outside the line. So good play there by HK.
Smart.
Or by Cosmic.
Yeah, smart to do that. It didn't come all the way back like I thought it was from that flip out. So they take it from neutral ice. Cosmic's back in. 40 seconds remaining here in regulation. Nuge has it. Shot there. Good kick save there by the wall. Keep that puck out of the zone, out of the net here. Breakaway chance for McLovin. In front, Tendy. Tendy to McLovin once more. Back around. They're just going to keep it in the zone as much as they can now. Try to force this game 3. Tendy behind the net. There's HK looking to take that away. He did so. Cosmic's got it on his stick. Good flip out. Cosmic in front. Sauce for Fritz at the doorstep. He couldn't close it. Here comes Mark. Now to McLovin. Just looking to get it in down low. They will. Pressure's on. Tendy's last shot blocked by Cosmic, but it won't matter. Composure takes this game 2-1, and we will see a game 3.
Yeah, and that's textbook defending the lead. Is McLovin, instead of taking that puck to the net, he decides to take it down low. And as I always say, that is 200 IQ hockey, Brandon.
Yeah, 200 IQ indeed. You said it perfectly there, Lyman. Man, oh man, you know, it's funny. We came into this game, too, talking about the defense and the goalies and how great they had been playing in that game 1, and that continued into game 2, but if I had to pick a first star, I think the wall would have to be it, man. Some of the saves that he made in that third period especially, a big reason that we are not seeing yet another overtime game here between Delusions and Composure. A great job there from the wall in that, keeping this at bay to keep it in front of them. They might have let that one goal in, but nevertheless, they hold on to that lead, they get the 2-1 win, and more importantly, they extend this series out to a game 3.
Yeah, and I thought that maybe, just maybe, Nuge was going to pump the tires enough to keep the car rolling there and get themselves back into possibly a second game of overtime, but that just wasn't the case. The speed of McLovin was definitely what was leading Composure down the ice every time. They did a good job getting it in deep, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's exactly how they were able to score in game 1. We were wondering if Delusions was going to be able to adjust to that, or if Composure could continue capitalizing on that play style that worked for them in game 1, and they were able to translate that. So a nice job for them getting plays set up to McLovin and using that speed to kind of use those over-the-top plays to give yourself some opportunities. It's hard to really react to that as a goalie. That's what really kind of can separate those top goalies from some of the other goaltenders in the community. Who's able to make that big save, especially on those plays to where all of a sudden you're kind of watching the play a little bit, and then next thing you know, the puck is right in front of you on a breakaway on one of those Omaha type possessions. So a great job by Composure, continuing to do what worked for them in game 1, but also even improving even more on the defensive end, and the wall making great saves right behind them as well.
I totally agree. And now listen, Brandon, I know you've been lucky enough to keep your eye on the standings and know where everybody's going, but it's time for all of us to have a look as we pop over and take a little peek. And what do you notice here, Brandon, is you've been keeping your eye on this pretty well.
Yeah, something that's interesting, and you see not all of our series are in just yet, so there's still a lot of room for chaos to move up and down, but I'm noticing a lot of teams that were on the outside looking in now find themselves in the playoffs. CBJ, who lost last week and were outside of that playoff hunt, they are now in. It would take a pretty good amount for them to not get in. I think if you'd have to do the math, but I think if you consider all of the tiebreakers, they are clinched from the looks of it. And you're even seeing a team that lost today in right now. Tropics, they lost their series, but they are in that last spot as of now. And obviously a few 4-3 teams, meaning that some of those teams not done with their series just yet. So Magical, the Helmet Boys, Vigilance, Overpowered, Turtles, Gabagoons, a few other teams, they are still able to scoreboard watch with hopes that maybe if a few of those results and some of those numbers fall the right way, they still have a chance to potentially get in. But some of those teams at 4-3 going to have to lose and trickle down to these standings for some of those teams behind that 32 mark to jump up.
Yeah, I believe that this is going to shuffle around quite a bit, Brandon, as we go through game 3 and we get into this. But first off, 1-1 here. Composure, Delusions. Very good game from McLovin on one side. We saw Nuge in game 1. What are we going to see here in game 3?
You know, I think that somebody for Delusions that I think is really going to be a big-time player, and he's known to be a clutch player on the one side, and that is HK, man. He is a bona fide goal scorer, leads the league in points, one of the top 5 players in both goals and assists coming into today. I have a hard time believing that by the end of this game 3, we don't call his name at least once or twice getting on the score sheet. And for Composure, I think that we're going to have to look at Mateer and see somebody that really is going to be a big factor on whether they win this game or not. We mentioned that stat earlier, 3rd most puck possession out of any player in the league with a little bit over 97 minutes. So he's a guy that we know is kind of the quarterback for this team on the breakout. He even pinches up sometimes to kind of help generate things in the offensive zone. He can make a lot of plays for this team in Composure. I expect both of them to definitely have a say in the way this game goes. And Nick, Tegan, game 3, what else did we expect with these guys?
Can't expect much more, Brandon, as we're back in the Composure arena. Going north on your screen, Composure dark jerseys, south neon blue white jerseys is Delusions of Grandeur, as they used to say. As we go offside early on here, it's time to see what happens here, Tegan. Game number 3, best of 3, playoff implications and seeding afoot.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit more defensive. We saw game 1 very aggressive, but both teams not able to get a lot of shots as they were aggressively getting into the zone, but not able to connect. And then it's just slowed down from here. And both teams really want to win this game. As we've been talking about it the whole time. Playoff implications, Nick.
As Cosmic's got that, Fritz with a one-time chance from the high slot area. Good save by the wall. First shot there to make that save. Everybody's just stopping at that blue line now. Good trap in. They can't get their way through. As we'll do our best to bring you a balance of the coverage here in game number 3 of this tie-breaking series game and the playoff updates from our good buddy Between the Glass. And bMaJuH has a chance there. Comes in from HK to try to get that goal opening up here in the first period, as Brandon alerted to. But Brando, we'll get back to him shortly here. McLovin with a wrist shot there from the high slot himself, and that time the one and only makes a great save.
Yeah, the one and only coming in with a big save, and a good job by bMaJuH there to capture that rebound, as that is going to be really important. I expect a lot of shots from Mark and Tayer, and those forwards like McLovin and hit that to score on the rebounds.
Got to clean up that trash, especially when those first shots come in, right, Tegan?
That's exactly right. My favorite spot.
Tendy tried to put a shot on. That was a rebound scooped up by Delusions smartly. HK, OFS, up to Cosmic. Right side as he's wrecked there. Now here comes McLovin. Back skating. Short side chance. What a beauty of a goal. And it's 1-0.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. On the replay, I want you guys to pay attention here. This is a very, very good play by Tayer. Now, Tayer made the pass, and then what he does after he makes the pass is amazing stuff. You're not going to be able to see it here, but he takes that defender to the far post, which opens the spot up for McLovin. McLovin is a shooter. He takes advantage, and he scores short side. 200 IQ play by the defenseman Tayer. That's why they love him to jump up on offense.
What a beauty. I've not seen one of those short side stop-up spin goals happen in a very long time. Beauty chopped there out from Tayer. There's Tayer again. You called it out, Tegan. But man, seeing those goals are amazing. 3-on-2 chance here. Delusions trying to get back into this. As Hit That has it. Now Mark has it. Lots of speed through the neutral zone. Misplaced pass there. He'll try to get it himself. Can't. Nealer will take it out instead. OFS right side. Short side chance. Looking for one. Good kick save there by the wall. Looking to slow it down is Tayer. And that pass again. They just can't get that second pass out of the zone there, Tegan.
Yeah, they're having a tough time a bit on the breakout, but that doesn't matter when the wall's making great saves on guys like HK. Especially
when you're getting good goal scoring by McLovin. As Tayer one more time from behind his net. Under 5:40 to play here in the first period. Up 1-0 now. Great goal by McLovin to open up the scoring in game number 3 in this best of 3. Hit That, putting the work on. We got an icing. The hits are starting to come now.
The hits are starting to come, and the icing is starting to draw for Composure. Probably not something to worry about, veteran team, but like you said, the breakout's a little bit tough. A couple icings. They got to stop and play their game again.
Yeah, you can't be up 1-0 and hope that that's going to get you there. Not with the scoring power on the other side of the ice. As Mark using his stick really well. Shot comes in, safe there. Push the side to the right. Out with it will be Tayer. Tayer over center with speed. He's got lots of room, but he was sucked up real quickly there at the blue line upon entry. So McLovin will try it again. Lead pass intended up for Tendy. Tendy chopped it in. Now Tendy's got it back again. Here comes McLovin. What can Mark do? And down low. No, he'll give it off to Hit That. Hit That left side. Give and go again. Stop and go. Lots of control of the puck right now as we've got a penalty coming up. And that was just a frustration penalty. Lots of time on attack. Now we got a power play.
Yeah, we got a power play. Let's go down to Brandon here as we've got a few updates.
Yeah, a few updates with the playoff picture. bMaJuH jumps up to 32. They are currently in as the Hands team fall out with their loss to Veterans, who is now clinched.
Mark to Taylor with a slap shot there, and that one's blockered away by the one and only. Under a minute here in the period. Minute 24 on the power play. Spinning around with it. Right side, Tendy. Tendy pushed off the puck. He'll get it again. Mark has it now, stripped by Nuge. Nuge can't clear. Banked off the boards and kept in by Hit That. Hit That. Spinning. Mark now. Left circle. Looking for a wrist shot. Can't find it. Pulls off. Tries to get a backhand. That's cleared out of the zone. So starting the second period, Composure will have about a half minute on the power play, and they lead this game in this best of 3, 1-0.
Yeah, doing a very good job is Composure in the offensive zone, moving that puck around, keeping things composed there, Brando.
Yeah, nice little play on words, and you have to love when a team like Composure can play to their namesake there, as you mentioned, Tegan. And really, Composure, man, I mean, they've just been so good these past 4 periods, especially just controlling the possession and taking advantage of that time that they have had to get high danger opportunities on Delusions. And it's something that really helped them in this game and in the last game as well. In game 1, you kind of saw a back and forth tug of war where both teams had kind of just spurts of long chances and possessions. Feels like in this period, it's been a lot of Composure with them getting those high danger opportunities, really making Delusions work a little bit, really. So a nice job from Composure. The way they have played is what you want to see from them as you enter the playoffs, especially as they are playing another top team in Delusions. They're going to have to keep doing this, and they're doing it right now against one of the best.
As the amazing LL Cool J would say, as that puck came in, but the one and only smothered it. They're doing it, and doing it well.
That is the type of goals we've seen. One from Nuge. Looked like Composure was going to get one there, Nick.
That one surprised everybody, I think, because you never know what the goalie's going to do. Can they come out, or should they come out is the question. And then will they make the right animation to kind of give you the best chance?
And they don't usually grab it, Nick, so it gets a little nerve-wracking in there for the Tendies, but a great job nonetheless there for Delusions.
Yeah. Play moves on here. We have McLovin. We have Tendy. They were trying to go after it, but Fritz will say no, thank you, and he will take it along the ice and down to his blue line in the attacking end, but Cosmic will reset for his team. OFS trying to get around his would-be defender, and that became his defender, who took the puck away. It's dangerously back towards the one and only once more, but an icing is the call.
Yeah, and he's down with his paddle down on that one, looking to steer it to the side. He's aware now. We'll make sure he's been good on the hard shots, but it's the slow ones that are scary.
You can't take anything for granted at this point, not this far into the series for sure, with what we've seen so far through 2 games. We continue on here from the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented to you by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming. Twitch.tv/Capitals for all your coverage as we move into the playoffs next week. Cosmic in front, mouth of the goal. That went wide. Taylor on the give and go from Tendy, trying to lead past that one up, but intercepted by HK. Stop and go for Cosmic as a slap shot comes in through the bodies, and a goal there from center point. That's Nealer, and this game is getting interesting.
It's a feel-good goal for me. My buddy Nealer using the Coho wooden twig from back in the 80s there, just ripping it from the point, and what a goal that was. They rely from the back end. That's 1 goal from Nuge, 1 goal from Nealer, or 2 goals from Nuge, sorry, 1 goal from Nealer. Great job there by Delusions. We got ourselves a hockey game halfway through.
D scoring aplenty right here in this late night game here. Another wrist shot coming in, that time from Taylor. Now Taylor's got to play defense against Cosmic. What an amazing showing by the skill we saw in the EU this morning or this afternoon, and then now from the NA division from the defense. HK bumped off the puck. Taylor's got it through center, over the blue, no, not over the blue line, at the blue line, poke checked away. And we'll get another update from Brandon here shortly with the playoff implications just kind of filling themselves out and fleshing themselves around here. McLovin will keep that in. Hit that down low for Tendy. Tendy poke checked off from Nuge. Nuge trying to pick that up. He will, and then give it over to Nealer, over to HK, and now Fritz. Fritz left side. He's crushed in front of his own bench. His hit that'll send it around. Taylor up to Tendy once more. 8 minutes left here in the second period. Tied at 1. Best of 3 for the one-time chance. Fritzy stealing it. Tried to go for Cosmic for the Omaha. We're offside. Brandon, playoff updates. Let's hear them.
Lots of them here, Nick. Change in the number 1 seed. Scary Hours lost their series to Prodigy. Instinct now the number 1 seed in the playoffs. We also have Splice, who just clinched. Next up, who was coming into the day, lost that series to Splice. They have now fallen to 40th. The Helmet Boys now hold the last spot at 32, and Vigilance is currently the first team out at 33.
We are changing by the second here as we move it along. Second period still underway. Way from downtown. A shot from Hit That. Not a lot on it by the time it got to the one and only, but Tegan, kudos to Hit That for keeping that in the zone.
Yeah, great job. Shots from the point. It's working here for Delusional. 3 out of 4 of Delusional's goals today have been in the back end. Composure says we're going to give that a try.
Yeah, the defense really starting to put on a clinic right now. As we thank everybody here, tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your fish to tell your friends to come in. Twitch.tv/Capitals. Things are, as you would say, Tegan, heating up.
Yeah, the boys are buzzing, if you will, as we get through with about 3 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock. Offensive zone faceoff. Careful, his composure has been very good here.
Faceoff to the left of one and only was one back. And HK's got it. HK in front for Fritz. Fritz, corner. Looking to get it out there was Taylor. Now up for McLovin. With speed, trying to get past his checker. Can't do it. He's pushed off the puck. That was Nealer going to work here. He's got a goal and some great defensive skills there as HK wrecked there trying to come out of the zone.
A little bit of a bump off there in the neutral zone, and then the puck gets iced, so a little bit of miscommunication there as that one gets dumped down, and we'll see if Delusions can now dip into that bag of tricks in the offensive zone.
See on the face-off here. They got it from the D zone or the O zone win. The D has it again. Final 10 seconds here in second period. Winding down behind the net. Danger zone there for them. They try to get it back up top. Fritz can't get a shot on. So 1-1 your score line as we head into the third period.
You know, if the Delusions defense have 3 of the 4 goals, do we still call them defense, Brandon, or are we starting to call them offense?
Man, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of both, right? The top defensemen aren't just the ones that can shut down on their own end, but they can contribute a little bit offensively too. We know the talent of Nealer and Nuge as a D pair. They have not only been able to contribute a ton on the back end as we expect them to, but have also been huge on the front end with scoring. And it's something that you may have not expected in this game with all the forward talent they have with Cosmic and HK and Fritz. Those forwards are guys that score and score often, but today it's been all about the defense. And hey man, I'm here for it. What else do you expect from two teams with this much talent? You never know who will step up in what way, and now just one period, maybe more, to decide the series. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Period number 3 here as we are underway. And man, things are getting exciting here. I'm looking at the notes in front, but there's a goal here from Cosmic, and we have a lead change again.
Well, you're not the only person getting excited, because Cosmic and Delusions are fired up. What a pass. You said it yourself. Watch out for HK, and what a great pass he makes out front of Cosmic, and that chemistry connects again. Puck is going to be brought in here by McLovin. McLovin back to the point. Mark over to Taylor. Taylor now. Taylor walks in on the backhand, looking for a cut play. He can't get it through. Great job by Nuge, and then HK is just going to dump that one down. Here comes Mark over to hit that. And puck's going to be brought out here, Nick, and here goes HK.
HK on the attack. Cosmic looking for a second one, and he finds one, and he scores! It's 3-1 now. 2 unanswered goals by Cosmic.
It doesn't get any smoother than that from these guys. What a passing play again. And Cosmic's put the boys on the board.
Put him on the board and did so doubly in mere seconds from each other. 2 goals in a row by Cosmic, who stepped in game number 2 and has done a heck of a job for his team to try to win this game and win this series.
Yeah, exactly. And there it is again with Delusions coming out really strong here in the third period. Composure not looking like they can't really contain them. Probably a smart timeout.
So they take the timeout, they drop the puck, and play moves on. Cosmic again, laying that one back out. And I thought that was going to be a good opportunity as the one and only plays that along his stick and along the ice. Right side now, looking for Cosmic again, tried the dangle. And oh my goodness, I thought he was going for another one.
Yeah, you see a little bit of frustration from Hit That as the diving starts to appear. Lots of time left here, Nick, so I wouldn't say Composure's out of it.
I wouldn't say so either, as they look to try to get this series and win the series. And try to get that one up to McLovin. Maybe he was thinking he was going to reel that one in himself and not go through a middleman, but they were offside, had to touch up, and play continues along. 11 minutes left here roughly in the third period. Regulation hockey. 3-1 game for Delusions, who won game number 1 in double overtime. Tayer. Left side working. Low angle shot as the one and only hangs on again. And we will throw it over to Brandon for one more update here at least.
Yeah, big update. Freaks and Geeks, who were in before the week started, they just lost their series and fall to 4, and for Pizza Potential, they win their series, so that could be a big development in the playoff picture. Could mean a team jumps up as Freaks and Geeks fall out potentially.
As we see Isles GT also winning their series 2-1 versus Olympia. Great showing by their team, formerly Entourage, now Isles GT. With that historic signing mere weeks ago for North American esports. Left side now. Off the boards. Mark to McLovin. McLovin finds Hit That. Hit That looking for a way in. Stay to the outside for now, as that was a nice move. Teagan. Oh man, as we got to break away here. 2-on-1 forming. HK back in chance. He scores! There's the HK name, and it's 4-1.
Yeah, and you know, Nick, what a great play there. You know, Tayer has to respect Cosmic. He scored 2 goals in the third period. He had to take him there, and HK, great job. He comes in backhand. Great goal.
So a beauty of a goal there. That backhand just takes it himself. Doesn't feed it to Cosmic, who you had to kind of account for, as Composure might see this one slip away from them as that shot gets deflected off of a Delusion stick and out of play.
Yeah, and they just have to play routine hockey now, don't they? Just keep things calm and cool. They've got a 3-goal lead. They've got 5.5 minutes. Tayer trying to find a close lane through the middle. We're going to see a 2-on-1 here, Nick.
2-on-1 forming. That was a good defensive effort by official Mark to keep that one at bay. Has Hit That up to McLovin. McLovin right side, Tendy. Tendy through 2 checkers. Out to Tayer. Tayer can't get the shot off. Mueller will send it around. For it to send it out. The faulted Hit That. Hit That slap shots it back in. I think maybe a Omaha was a foot, but it will get an icing instead. Winding down here under 3:30 to go here in the third.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was Omaha or frustration, but we're going to get a face-off in Composure zone nonetheless.
Face-off here. One by Tendy up. McLovin. Give it a touch and go, but it'll fall to Fritz, who's just crushed, but somehow ends up with the puck on his stick as play moves along. In down low. Nuge. In front, there's Cosmic looking for the hat trick, and he finds it, and he scores. It's 5-1.
Well, we didn't necessarily expect this, but that is a hat trick goal in the third period for Cosmic. And what a strong answer that is.
Not Cosmic, sorry. I saw him raise his stick because I thought he had the tip. Hit that, gets credit with that goal. Sorry, HK gets credit with that goal. So that's the second goal in a row for him as well as Cosmic.
Well, there it is. Sorry about that. So it's looking like Delusions are going to take this series here tonight, barring a serious miracle here.
A serious miracle, 4 goals in 40 seconds. This is game number 3. Delusions will have won this series as they move to 6-2. As you'll love to see that, these older teams really still showing that they can play because they know the game really well.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic series. The game changes as we get older, but it's awesome to everybody keep staying the same and still great, exciting hockey.
As they carry it through. So we look for the playoffs here. And while we may not have the complete picture filled out here, we definitely have some good ideas, at least with some of the standings. We could talk about teams that are, 5-3, they're sure to get in. So tiebreakers aside, we'll have to look at what that looks like here in just a moment as time winds down, traffic in front, played out, and Delusions takes this series with help from HK and Cosmic, who step up in a big way and win this series 2-1 after winning game number 1 in double overtime.
Yeah, what a massive period by You Said It, Cosmic and HK. And they teamed up to have a fantastic third period, didn't they, Brandon?
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like some of these players and teams hear us when we say certain things. We go from, 3 of Delusions' 4 goals have been from defensemen, and then all of a sudden you see HK getting involved and Cosmic getting involved, scoring 4 between them in that third period alone. And I guess it just goes to show you, man, the best players show up when they are needed the most. Cosmic and HK both in the top 15 in points and goals. They showed up at a big point, even if you hadn't called their names as much as you maybe anticipated coming into this game. They showed up when they needed to, and a big way too, because I felt like Composure was getting things going in the right direction, especially after those first 2 periods and the way they played in that game too. It feels like Composure has the momentum. All of a sudden, Delusions flip the switch just like that. HK gets 2, Cosmic gets 2, and Delusions moves to 6-2 to go into the playoffs with some solid momentum with a win versus a championship contending team, a fellow championship contending team in Composure.
Yeah, and a big W from Delusions is playoff implications that puts them up ahead. Only one important series left there, Brandon.
Yeah, there's only a few series here that are left to go. That is Evolutional and Insult to Injury. Their game 3 is going on right now. They are both currently in. They came into this being in this. You actually just saw the score update on your screen there. And there are also a couple of other series. Actually, I believe the other one just ended too. So as I am currently checking, yeah, so it looks like every single series other than one is done in terms of the playoff picture. So what we look at gives us a pretty good look of what our playoff picture is going to look like going in, barring a few things with tiebreakers that have to be sorted out after the fact. But what you see is pretty indicative of what we're going to get going into next week.
Yeah, so there you go. You get a look from the 12th place to 34th, and teams that we saw in before, Brandon, are now out, and teams that were out are now in. It's going to be exciting to see this fill up.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this whole playoff thing so fun, right? I mean, there's a few teams that we were kind of looking at going in like, man, it doesn't look like they're going to get in. A few of those teams like CBJ, The Wicked, we saw Night Shift, who we just covered last week. The whole story last week with that Night Shift and Overpower series was, man, whoever loses this series is going to have a tough time getting in. Well, you look at the standings as they stand. Night Shift won this week. They are currently in. Overpowered lost this week. They are, as things stand out, out. Now, like we said, there's still one more series to go, Evolutional and Insult to Injury. There is a chance that they could fall and Overpower get in, but you do not control your own destiny. So just really fun to see how things kind of shift around, change around, how really a season can just be dictated by a result here or a result there. And man, oh man, it's so fun to watch. It's so fun to be a part of. And this is playoff hockey, Tegan. Like you say, it may not be that round of 32 yet, but this is playoff hockey at its finest. Season on the line. Who shows up? We've seen some of those teams show up tonight and potentially extend their season.
That's right. We love watching these guys even fight. The last 3 weeks is basically playoffs to me because everybody's battling, Brandon. So great stuff here tonight. We're going to pop over Nick. Wow. What hockey that we were dealt here tonight as Delusions comes through with a W.
Came through with a W in a big way, a WB. For them as they just stood tall. I think that's what they wanted to do in game number 2, just couldn't figure out a way to get past Composure's really amazing defense, and we looked at the wall being the wall, and that kind of really hindered what they were trying to do. And then you get some activation from the defense, you get a couple of lucky bounces, and you get a win, and you get 6-2, and you feel pretty good about what the playoffs look like for you in the position that you're in, given everything that happened tonight in the Caps Gaming Showcase.
And they have to be happy getting the offense from the defense. You know, you've got Neil and Nuge pitching in, and then you have a huge step up by HK and Cosmic to come out and win you that hockey game in the third period. And you're going to need that in playoffs. You need scoring from all centers of the ice.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame before game number 3. HK needed to be the standout player. He was. Granted, it wasn't the game-winning goal that was coming from Cosmic, but still need to get those insurance markers for that to happen. You got to get Neeler involved. You got to get Nuge involved, and you have to get everybody to kind of move their way. And that's not to say Composure is not in a great spot for the playoffs either. And with what they're able to do, you look at those guys like the old school players that have been there. They're well positioned and primed to also make a run in the playoffs this season.
Yeah, I totally agree. Is either of these teams, we could see this again. You never know here as it gets deeper and deeper into playoffs. It's going to be exciting to see what teams really fall out, as we had a drop out of first place. So you never know what you're going to see in playoffs. It's anybody's game from here on out.
Playoffs can change. It's a brand new season. You never know what you're going to get. And you never know which team's going to get really hot at the right time. That's why I think these series, even if you're in a position to be okay for playoffs, are so crucial, because you want to walk in feeling good about what you've done versus kind of double thinking or questioning where you're kind of sitting from. That's the concern I have. So that's why I tip my hat to teams like Delusions who play big when they need to. What did you see out there from these two? Who do you like kind of moving in? Do you think that Delusions is going to be that answer, or do you think Composure can still kind of put things together? I mean, I firmly believe that either team can do it, but we look at what happened with Isles GT. We look at what happened with Scary Hours. Things are shifting in that top 10.
Well, it just goes back to what you're saying about playoff hockey. It's you've got teams on the back end that are fighting. And I know a team that won the Stanley Cup not too long ago that was literally at the very bottom. They played playoff hockey and they ran themselves right to the top. And that's what you have to be scared of. It's guys that are playing night in and night out, like they have to be there, like their life depends on it. And that is the scary stuff as you move in. Is I don't care if you're first, second, or third place. If you meet up with somebody that has it and wants it more than you, it's going to be trouble.
I have a breaking update here from our administrative team as well, Tegan, if I can share this with y'all. When it comes to the playoff implications, I am being told that our standing screen that we have is correct right now, so we can jump back to that and talk a little bit about what that looks like, except for teams that have not put in their eighth series win yet.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that right now. Let me pull that up over here, because we want to definitely bring you guys the updates as we have them, as we look at this finality. This should be what the picture looks like given the evolutional insult to injury results. Aside from those, these are correct.
Yeah, there's a couple of little sevens there, Brandon, but everything else looks bang on.
Yeah, and it looks like from the looks of it, this is your playoff picture aside from Evolutional and Insult to Injury. And keep in mind, one of those two teams, the loser, could very well drop out. So if you are overpowered, if you are rooting for them, look very, very carefully at where that series goes, because depending on where things stand, they could possibly jump into that 32nd spot. Like we said, no guarantee on that, but they could potentially, depending on the tiebreakers for Evolutional and Insult to Injury, how those match up with Overpowered, you could maybe see one of those two drop out. And obviously there is that slight chance both of them get in, but it is still something to look out for. So no guarantees here on this being the exact form that we have in our playoff picture, but it's looking pretty likely that this is the way things are going to shape out, barring a couple of switches in terms of the seeding.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the tiebreakers, Brandon, and who gets in and who gets out, Nick, is holy. It's going to be a tight race. All these teams are very, very good as they look to go head-to-head.
Yeah, thanks for that, Tegan. As always, we appreciate you. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be fun as we get into the playoffs. It's going to be really interesting. And I'll tell you, bMaJuH, it's going to be fun for everybody, I think. We talk about best of fives and best of sevens and the way our schedules work out and some teams changing up and lineups potentially finalizing. You got a lot to look forward to. Brand new season. That's it.
Yeah, and I think that's what really makes this whole thing fun, especially on the NA side. Obviously, with EU, everyone was able to get in if you played all 8 series, and that's obviously great because you kind of get that time to build up momentum. If you didn't play as well early on in the season, that's okay, because the real season and the postseason is what really matters. But for a lot of these teams, we saw it in our playoff picture, those teams from about that 20 to 32 range, they've been playing playoff hockey for about 3 weeks now. They have been playing for the right to extend their season, and some of those teams that have kind of gotten hot have been able to win those big games. Those are the teams that those top seeds really have to watch out for, because you never know when a team that was maybe in the bottom of the series or the bottom of the standings that just had that slow start, started maybe 1-3, got hot at the end of the season, maybe ended 5-3. So there's a lot to look forward to, a lot of really high quality sides that could maybe pull out a few upsets. And I think that's what makes this format with the Swiss format and this way that the playoff picture shakes out so special to watch.
And we put a capstone on it right now as we hear that Insult to Injury was eliminated. So that means Overpowered gets into spot 32. So that's it. Let's put a bow on it. Let's get out of here and let's look forward to next week. EU and NA playoffs afoot. More on that next week, 2 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern for the EU and NA respectively. So that's going to do it over here. On behalf of everybody over at Leidos, at Caps Gaming, at Leaguegaming, and of course, for myself, Brandon Bigsby, and Tegan Blair, we wish you a very safe, a very healthy rest of your week, a start of your new week, and we'll see you back here next week. Twitch.tv/Capitals. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Be safe, be well. Have a great night. See you next time. Bye-bye.